Hey guys, what is going on? I hope you are alive and well and 2022 is treating you well. In this episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about a post that I saw on our Reddit forum, all for hair system wearers, those that are looking or interested in hair systems. So make sure you join that if you're not in it. This post right here really is kind of about, how women view hair systems. A lot of us seem to think that, there is a stigma out there that like women are not going to be with those that wear hair systems, that they're going to think it's gross, it's nasty, it's this or that, right? This post right here is interesting because it challenges that with some firsthand experience, and we'll kind of go through this and then we'll extrapolate a little bit with some mindset stuff. So let's just get right to it. All right, so this one is called Women Don't Care About Your Hair System, and this gentleman says, I've had sex with 4 different women since getting a hair system and none of them have cared. One of them asked me about it after we had sex, but out of curiosity. Another one, I mentioned it after we had finished and she didn't care either, and the other 2 didn't say anything about it. So go out there and do what makes you happy. So I think that this post right here is a great example of things that are preconceived, ideas that we have inside of our head of how the world is, based off of things that we have heard or thoughts that we ourselves have generated. I've heard a lot that, who's going to accept a man? Like what woman wants to be with a guy that wears a hair system? Like, doesn't it get in the way of dating? Does it get in the way of meeting women or men? Does it get in the way of all of this stuff? And, for this gentleman right here, obviously it hasn't gotten in the way. I don't know how long he's been wearing a hair system, but, it seems like things are going okay for him. He's obviously, out there and enjoying life and learning a little bit more about, the women in his immediate area. But the point being here that he hasn't let it stop him from going and living his life. And I think that begs the question, how many of us are limiting ourselves in our life? Number one, because we are feeling bad about our hair loss, or number 2, because we have a hair system and we're afraid of what other people think. This is a pretty common thing in many different aspects of life, not just for hair system wearers or those that are dealing with male pattern baldness. In a lot of areas of life, people hold themselves back because of their preconceived notions, because of their subconscious beliefs and patterns and schemata of how they see the world. And, that's something that I believe that we all need to challenge. And really, I'm not going to tell you to go and meditate here, but really the practice here is about thinking about your thinking. It's about something called metacognition, which is in effect just being able to detach yourself from your thoughts, to observe them for a couple seconds and to ask whether 1, they are true, 2, if they're serving you, if 3, you want to continue thinking those thoughts. This is an incredibly valuable skill that you can take into any aspect of your life to question your own beliefs. And I think if we did that a little bit more, what we would have at the outset are things that we believe more firmly in, and dissolution of things that we realize may not be true. And then also we would have the ability to see that life can be seen from many different sides. If we have the ability to change our mind, we also have the ability to understand why someone may think different than us, why someone may have a different perspective of how life is. So I don't mean to go on and talk to you like I'm a motivational speaker or your coach or anything like that. But, when it comes to hair loss, hair systems, a lot of this is mindset. A lot of this is how you're dealing with your own self-talk, how you're dealing with your own mind, your psychology, how you're dealing with your emotions, and how you relate to the outside world. And that's the connection for me. I'm very passionate about that stuff. I think about it a lot, and I hope you guys do too, because this is about becoming better men. It's about becoming better men.